Greetings travelers, I'm Gav. My bleed Heartseeker Marksman is level 74 at this point. I'm working my way through normal monoliths and almost to empowered. I've done several tombs and cemeteries as well as woven echoes. I've gained 21 total weaver tree points, and my build is feeling pretty solid still. Let's go over how my day 2 went and look at my trees so far. But first I wanted to talk about tombs and cemeteries and my opinion on them so far. For me, they really break up the monotony of spamming echoes, but even regular monolith echoes can have tombs in them. You'll know your instance has a tomb if you see cocoons scattered around. Tombs and cemeteries are pretty exciting, honestly. All the cocoons you can pop, which possess rares, the champions start spawning in, you find exiled mages everywhere. It gets really chaotic and loot spilling out all over the ground. They're pure dopamine, really. I got my first halfway decent class idol for my Heartseeker build in order to interact with the idol crafting table, finally. I enchanted it and re-enchanted it probably 10 times to finally hit a good enchant. I also dropped Blood of the Exile boots and Valdir's Chalice to help improve my bleed build. They both have 0 LP right now, so I need to Nemesis egg them. I've egged several Thornslinger belts and Bleeding Heart amulets at this point, but no luck there yet. I've shattered sets down into shards, and I need to look up all the sets and see if there's anything that could work with my planned build. Speaking of builds, let me show you the progress I've made with the Weaver tree and how my Bleed Heartseeker build's looking so far. Alright travelers, this is live unscripted Gav here. So my Marksman's level 74, everything's going pretty smoothly so far. I haven't really had any trouble with any of these woven echoes or my progress through the normal monoliths, but Empowered's really where the challenge kicks in. So currently, I'm still working on getting my resistances up to par and everything here, but defensively, I felt relatively fine in these echoes. Skills-wise, I have a few points to spend. Let's see here. Something must have... For whatever reason, it's giving me the points that I've accrued back, like the extra points. So where did I have these? Missing one in bleed. And then I think one was just a point that we got. Right now I'm just increasing the damage and going for bleed. And I'm testing out the Dusk Shroud generation with Heartseeker since I have a lot of recurve chance that I'm stacking. And that's to allow Puncture to basically trigger as much as I can on dying enemies. And it really helps out with clear. So I'm already stacking recurve chance. And I figured I might as well try out the Dusk Shroud generation. I remember when Explosive Trap came out for the first time, the Dusk Shroud node on it was absolutely OP. You were generating like 20 Dusk Shrouds. With this, I'm sustaining like 8 to 10, so it's not bad. Not bad at all. And then I throw down Smoke Bomb, and it has Dusk Shroud generation as well through these nodes here. And while I'm standing in it, I went ahead and upped my puncture bleed chance since I am still weaving in punctures in order to maintain my Bleeding Fury buff. So this is Bleeding Fury here. It's 60% bleed chance per stack and it stacks 3 times. So that's literally 180% bleed chance globally. You can get more stacks here up to 6, which would be 360% bleed chance. But I found that it's just a little bit tedious and kind of difficult to maintain 6 stacks during a fight, especially when there's mechanics to dodge while we're getting our bleed stacks up high. So I went for the extra damage down here, since the actual damage in the tree here, when it says just damage percentage, and it's not increasing just the hit damage, that does apply to your dots that it applies up front, that the actual skill applies. So be wary of that. You want more damage pretty much anywhere you can get it. And then since I'm allowing this to go off pretty much as often as I can on dying enemies, I just wanted to up the overall bleed chance here to 100%, so it always bleeds, plus whatever other bleed I have through this and others. Frenzy is really, really nice, and then Efficacious Toxin, which increases dot damage by 12% on enemies, so pretty good to have that applied since I am pretty much always hitting them with a puncture, so it's pretty much always up. Other than that, for defenses a little bit, I've got my invuln here while shifting, and I'm going with it casting shurikens, pretty standard for most rogue builds. What the heck, why is it taking points out? I don't understand. I know it's my Thornslinger belt, has physical skills, but still. All right, so this, yeah, I'm just increasing the duration on my blade shield here. So armor is still good even on rogues in this game, because you do want to reduce the hit damage when you do take it. And it also applies to elemental hits as well as physical hits and other abilities. It's basically all hits. But yeah, resistance has come into play as well there. So I definitely need to get those capped before I hit empowered. But my gear is not amazing, and that's kind of why resists are lacking. But yeah, I got this off of a Nemesis. It's pretty OP. It had the open prefix there, so I was able to slam on the recurve chance with Heartseeker, and it still has some forging potential there to max out that reduced bonus damage from critical strikes. Got my bleeding heart here. This allows you to leech any damage as health, so that includes my bleed dots. Got a Heartseeker body armor with health and some resists. This was a Nemesis item as well. Nemesis is awesome. My bow is pretty good. It's got the physical damage implicit there, which is global. It applies to my bleeds as well, I'm pretty positive. It's got the damage over time, critical strike chance. I couldn't get anything else with my chaos spam. And then it's got chance to bleed, and once I get some more lightning pen shards, I plan to chaos that and try for something else good like frailty or slowing or physical pen, to be honest. But yeah, that's my bow. It's pretty good. I need to replace this ring. I've had it since I started leveling pretty much. I just haven't found a better one. This one is pretty good. It's got physical damage, dot damage, some resists, and I need to try and chaos that health regen into hopefully health or something else good. Quiver, just bleed chance and damage over time, as well as some physical damage to pump the bleed damage even more. This needs replaced. The implicit's not the best for relics. Did have resists, health, and damage for my bleeds. Blood of the Exile belt, or Blood of the Exile boots. Thornslinger, just really good for bleeds, and I could totally up that chance to bleed on hit, but I've pretty much just been dropping these slowly throughout monoliths, getting bell prophecies and things like that, because I'm trying to get a good Nemesis egg on one of these, or just a high LP one that I can actually take to the Eternity Cache and make into a dank legendary. Gloves are pretty good. Could be better. That throwing damage is pretty much throwing on this build, so not very good, but everything else is pretty good. Reduced bonus damage from criticals stacks with my helmet. I thought I had it somewhere else too, but maybe not. But yeah, that's my gear. My idols, nothing fancy, just pretty much what I've dropped so far. I'm trying to stack chance to bleed, physical damage, and any resists and health that I can get on these idols to try and fill out my resists further. All right, Weaver Tree. So for right now, and I think I'm going to respec today and try it out, because I've heard really good things about lizards, and I do miss them. They're not spawning quite as frequently at all. Sometimes they jump out of a treasure chest or something like that, but other than that, but initially I went for pack size. That's just the Path of Exile player and me trying to make it as juicy as possible. Then I came up here to mages to try them out, because you can get a pile of items off of them pretty frequently with plus level skills, which I'm trying to get a really good Heartseeker chest. But I might spec out of this just in lieu of more items overall from lizards, but we'll see. You can twin the mage pretty often, just under half every time you pop one out, so that's 2 mages with double the loot. Champions are much more likely to show up when you do pop a rune prison as well, so that's just extra loot there. I increased the champion spawn chance in general in my echoes, and I have noticed quite a lot. And then they have a 1% chance, it's pretty measly, to drop LP uniques. But yeah, that's what I have so far. Then I came down here to Exalted Challenger to have the champions that I'm encountering much more frequently be able to drop a bunch of exalted items. It's been just okay. So yeah, I was thinking about respecking into lizards today. Going down here. Then what is this one here? Armor or weapon. It's pretty good. So yeah, we'll probably respec and try out the lizards today while I'm farming a lot more. How much is it to respec? Respecking each point costs 20 memory amber. That's not too bad. I've been getting a lot of memory amber. All right, that about wraps it up. That's all for day 2. Thanks so much for tuning into this series. It's been kind of a fun little captain's log for me every morning, but it's time to blast some more today. I'm hoping to be an empowered monolith later tonight. The wife and kiddo are at the aquarium with friends, so I get to play just about all day. Let's go. like the video if you liked it, subscribe for more Last Epoch and ARPG videos out of me, and I'll see you all in my Day 3 overview, which I'll release tomorrow. Farewell, travelers.